gentlemen. This is Shadowrunner. I'm here to tell you a fantastic story about McCh3rry.
Is big and it keeps getting bigger.
And it's called Welcome Home by McCh3rry. They were coming home today. Jack, Lena, Winston, Lucio, Faria, Jesse. Everyone would be reunited with the ones they love, the ones they set their trust in, the ones they'll spend the rest of their life with. Although I didn't know what to do. Should I surprise him? Should I make something romantic? Should I act uninterested? What type of boyfriend am I? Of course, if you're in a relationship and your lover has come back from a long trip, you should do something romantically surprising. I facepalmed. Why am I so stupid? I just missed him so much. I want to feel his skin against my own. I want him to whisper sweet nothings into my ear. I want him to hold me close when I'm cold. And I want him to tickle me with his wild beard. I truly couldn't live without him. He's forgiven me so many times, for so many things. He's helped me with so many things. He's gotten me through the hardest times of my life. I need him. I got out of bed and checked my watch. They come at around midnight, so I have a lot of time. Getting dressed, I thought of a few things. Who am I willing to speak to about how to welcome Jesse? I mumbled out loud. Locking my door and walking down the hall to grab my tea. Genji, no. Every time I plan a surprise, and he knows about it, he spoils it. Angela, no, she will most likely be distracted with Faria around. Anna? Yeah, Anna knows the way to a man's heart. And she has helped teach McCh3rry. She must be good. I couldn't help but jog over to Anna's room. To slightly contain my excitement, the old woman opened the door and gave me a smile.
It right now.
As she held a cup of cocoa. Oh, Hanzo Shimada.
Unmute dumb
What
shadow.
a pleasure. That may stop my broadcast. Pardon me, ladies and gentlemen. I'm unmuting for purposes. And now I'm returning. Oh, Hanzo Shimada. With a pleasure. Come in. I just made hot chocolate, she said, walking back into her room, leaving the door open for me. I smiled softly and walked in, closing the door behind me. Anna's hot chocolate is always the best. So what brings you here? I usually don't see you often. Excited for people coming home? She said. Blowing the steam rising from a cocoa, I held the cup, sipping it, letting the warm liquid drip down my throat. Yes, I am. I can't help but think about Jesse every day, I admitted, a small blush falling on my face. I noticed Anna's grin. She's the only person I'm actually comfortable talking about Jesse with.
Here you go, book.
It's on my YouTube.
Wow.
McCh3rry? Right? He did go on that mission. I'm guessing you don't know how to welcome him. Use my name. And I'm gonna have to edit the shit out of this. Right. Well, when it comes to McCh3rry, he tends to enjoy when things are going one direction, but then suddenly it turns somewhere else. So if he expects a surprise, don't. She said, sipping her mug. I thought about what she
The journey
said.
to gold.
So basically, a double surprise is what McCh3rry's into. Thank you, Amari, I said, standing up and heading for the door. But I was stopped. Oh, Hanzo! Anna called out, causing me to turn around. Tell Reinhardt to come over soon. I finally got a movie to watch, she said, holding up the movie. Hachi. I nodded with a smile and left, looking for Reinhardt immediately.
Shadow just started reading.
Yeah, I just started. Yes.
Hey, I'll invite this guy to the party.
Considering it was more of my day off today, I would usually still be training. But you wouldn't believe it. I was out looking for things to make this welcoming special. I wanted to make McCh3rry feel like he was on top of everyone for a couple of hours. Like he's the luckiest man on earth. Then the thought hit me. What if he wants to hang out with other people? What if he immediately tried to hang out with his other guy friends? I felt a shiver down my own spine. Jesse wouldn't do that to me. Everyone wants to spend time with their loved one when they come back from a trip, right? I shook my head and left the shop, heading to me and Jesse's room. He loves you. You love him. Stop worrying, I mumbled to myself. Trying to force the worry down. I wouldn't want worrying to be the first emotion McCh3rry saw in me. This welcome is going to be special, with or without Grandma's help. 5 minutes. 5 minutes. It was 5 minutes until I would see my cowboy again, feel his loving arms around me. For Rhea. Here I come, I hear Angela shouting in the hall. A smile grew on my face as I opened my door. I was dressed in a kimono, my usual attire when I'm settling down. Of course I was excited to the point where my excitement was growing every second. But McCh3rry has said it before. I love how calm you are, how calm you always look. I always have to guess your emotion. It amazes me. My heart fluttered every single time I remember those words. It shows he always pays attention, always cared, always. The sound of keys fumbling was right outside my door. I only realized now I had sunk down and was blushing like a high school girl for her crush. I sat up slightly, fixing my now messy hair. Then the door opened right as I opened my book. Jesse was home, finally home. I looked up, acting slightly surprised when he walked through, but something seemed off. His tired eyes could be seen from a mile away. When he opened the door, I glanced up, about to smile until I saw his expression. So tired, so stressed, so unhappy. I wanted to hug him. I wanted to kiss him all over, make him feel like the king of the world, but maybe I should wait. Babe, welcome home. No answer. Maybe I made a mistake. Maybe Anna was past her prime. I bit my lip, tears threatening my eyes. McCh3rry dropped his bag and inches closer, looking like he was about to collapse. He crawled next to me on the bed. Hey, how are you? How was the mission? I called out, about to reach out to him. Then he yanked down my kimono. I tensed up slightly, confused on what just happened. That was until he pushed me into the mattress and held my hands above my head. A deep blush fell on my face as I was about to speak, but he cut me off by connecting his lips with mine. Being so sudden, I barely knew what to do. but I finally kissed back, enjoying the feeling again. He licked my bottom lip, pleading. I only opened my mouth. I obviously accepted. Knowing we both needed this, it's been too long. When he finally pulled away, a trail of saliva still connecting us followed, making me blush. A small grin appeared on his face. No matter how hard you try not to be, you'll always be the cutest thing in my eyes. He cooed, his eyes, or his hands running down my sides, making me tremble softly. Don't call me cute, I mumbled. I always hated it when people called me cute. I thought it showed a sign of weakness, but whenever Jesse calls me cute, it puts me into a state of submission. I don't feel often. A small gasp left my mouth when the other hands touched my perky buds. My nipples have always been sensitive. I hate it. But Jesse knows how to work his way around the hate. He knew got to work his way around my hate for him. After all, I small moan left my mouth and I shut my eyes, biting my lip. But then it stopped. I slowly opened my eyes, slightly panting, just to notice McCh3rry with a more serious expression. He touched the other cheeks, and Jesse smiled. I want us both to keep our eyes open. I've missed you too much to have you close your eyes as I love you, he said, taking my ribbon out, letting my hair fall past my shoulders. I was a bit bothered by this. I may be a shamada, but I get embarrassed way too easily, and when I'm embarrassed, I tend to close my eyes and imagine nothing is happening. But I'll do anything for Jesse. Okay, I breathed out as he pulled my kimono up, caressing my entire lower half, teasing the bulge in the boxes over 1,000 times. A heavy blush fell on my face when he looked at me with an evil grin. My boxes just grew even more uncomfortable just by looking at it. You need me to do something, darling? He cooed, his fingers outlining my family-friendly content here, boys. Outlining my dick. Jesse, just tell me, and I'll do it. Just undress yourself, Jesse. Good boy. God, I hated pet names. Jesse knows this. Because he keeps using them during times like these, and even in public, he does it. It's so embarrassing. McCh3rry traces my curves, making me shiver. Then he finally got up off me and began to undress, going as slowly as possible just to make me wait for someone who looks tired. He still seems to understand how to annoy people. Jesse, I mumbled out, feeling myself shaking from the lack of pleasure, if that's even a thing. When I was about to just pleasure myself, I was flipped over onto my hands and knees, soft cushion beneath me, not making it hard. He slowly started to grind against my clothed ass, making me gasp softly. So daring. Let's just clear some things up first, Jesse stated. His hand taking a fistful of hair and tugging on it gently. A small moan left my mouth. I've always hated to admit it, but damn it, I love it when he does that. Did you prepare yourself every day like I asked you to, Jesse cooed? massaging the cheeks slightly. As his fingers were on the rim of pulling the boxers down, I bit my lip. Yes, I said softly. He pulled my boxers down, staring at the twitching rosebud. I blushed. No lube, just go in, I breathed out, and he looked at me like I was crazy. But only for a second, then he understood. We both missed each other too much for our first encounter in a while. Besides, I was one of a few people who could deal with not going with all the safeties. It just added to the excitement. I could feel him line up with me. We stared into each other's eyes. I have to pause for a second to think about that. Okay, fair. Yeah, okay. I licked my lips and bit down as I could feel him enter slowly. God damn it. I swear with this man. Jesse? He chuckled, his hands on my hips. Sorry, darling, just messing with you. He cooed. I gritted my teeth as I looked at him. Why would you be messing with me as a I shouted with a moan as he shoved his entire dick inside me. The burning pain sensation adding to the pleasure immensely. Damn, he was good. Knowing how to make people expect the least. He basement took the time to speed up as he started that right away. English, I speak it, is what I'm going to declare at that statement. Yeah. Making me rock. What? That makes no fucking sense. He basement took the time to speed up as he started that right away. Making me rock in my hands and knees. Yeah, English is not a strong suit right now. The headboard slamming into the wall multiple times. I hope Genji doesn't mind a hole in the wall.
I'm pretty sure he does.
Jesse, I moaned out, my tongue falling out of my mouth as I tried to keep all the noises in. Everyone was trying to sleep, trying to enjoy their time with their loved ones, and here I am, trying to hold in my screams as I'm being made love to by my lover. Duh. Jesse chuckled as he tugged on my hair. It's spacebar. It's important, sir. And spell check. And double checking your work. God, I love it when you get like this. So submissive. The great and powerful Shamada on his hands and knees like a dog. Just for little old me. Cooed. Making my face flush red, I swear. When he said those last 3 words slammed in me at full force, I started to see white specks as I could. The knot in my... What the fuck? English, speak! I started to see white specks as I could. The knot in my stomach form and grow stronger by each passing second. I gripped the sheets, knuckles turning white, and drool dribbling down my chin. I was going to come soon. Jesse, I'm gonna... I tried to warn him, looking back to the cowboy, but he simply butt his hat on my head with a smirk. In or out, darling, he asked, his thrust growing sloppy and untamed. I looked at him with a weak glare, and his smirk nodded as he let out a long moan. Wet birds leaking from inside of me, triggering the knots to unwind inside of me. We stayed like this for what felt like a long time until he finally pulled out and collapsed next to me. He snuggled into his chest and laid there panting. Oh, God. I missed you, darling, he said between pants, his voice sounding much more sensitive and sweet than about a couple moments ago. A smirk fell on my face as I caressed his side softly. I know you did. You always do, I said, and he laughed, stroking my hair. Not under the hat. I hope you missed me too, he said, moving my chin to look up at his sincere eyes. I smirked as I laid my hair against his chest and breathed cold breaths. Welcome home, Jesse. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that is Fanfic Theater 1. Sorry for the mild interruptions, but I hope you enjoyed that. Fanfic Theater 2 will be coming out soon.